The latest aftershocks after ANC NDC that was attended by William Ruto that confirmed William Ruto and Musalia Mudavadi merger was an earthquake. And I think we've been asking that question. The reason why I'm saying it was an earthquake, and I want us to ask ourselves a very simple question. Why do you think that Azimio team are really putting up efforts to counter Musalia Mudavadi's move? And one person that I normally say in this channel that is the architect of President of Raila Odinga's 5th presidential stab, none other than President Uhuru Kenyatta, is not taking any chance. Since Musalia Mudavadi announced, and if you ask me, I think I read an article, I think it was in People Daily yesterday, that one of the reasons why, and even this could actually also be confirmed if you watch a Citizen TV interview by Ayub Savula, where Ayub Savula was debating with Chris Wamalwa, this could be seen that some two reasons that we had not mentioned why Mudavadi was not comfortable with Raila. One was on the move by Raila to start dividing the Luhyia nation. Now, after the 2017 general election, something happened. Raila Odinga, in I think in the agreement with the other NASA co-principals, Raila Odinga was not supposed to vie. So when he went for the handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta, he had known at the back of his mind that it was not these two gentlemen, or Musalia Mudavadi was not going to support him. It was not, he had already known. And what he did was to make sure that now, because ANC is there, to try to dismantle this ANC and Ford Kenya. And remember some time back, the Ford Kenya party was facing rebellion within the party. And actually, they even tried to remove Moses Masika Wetangula as the party leader. Also, after just the span of, I think, 2 months, within the same week, Ford Kenya had issues. Even ANC had some issues on whether Musalia Mudavadi is the legitimate party leader, whether that party legitimately belongs to Musalia Mudavadi, and there was all that there. But then, Raila Odinga knew that Musalia was not going to support him. So that's why he made that move. But then, we have really tried. We have seen that there's a new team have really downplayed that move. But that was just for public consumption. But behind the closed doors, they are putting up strategies to dress down Musalia Mudavadi and ensure that at least Musalia Mudavadi is reduced to a Maragoli community elder. Why am I saying this? Take a second and subscribe. And more importantly, if you're new to this channel, click the notification button so that when we release video, when we upload a video, YouTube will notify you. More importantly, also get to our comment section and give us your feedback. And what we are looking at today is the private meeting that President Uhuru Kenyatta held with the section of Luhyia leaders. So yesterday, the 25th January, a day after the merger, and the day after Musalia Mudavadi and Ruto date, Uhuru Kenyatta convened an urgent meeting with a delegation from Western Kenya. So according to my research and what I've found out is that this meeting was actually, the invitations were sent directly from Statehouse. You know, like President, when he normally holds these meetings, sometimes he uses the National Assembly. Like the other one that was the other one that was he hosted as La Umoja and Peace, he actually sent invitations through the leadership of the National Assembly and the Senate. Now this one, the invitations were sent directly to these leaders, and this included all the 5 governors from Western, that is Wycliffe Oparanya from Kakamega, who attended it, Sospito Jamong, Wangamati from Bungoma, Otichilo from Vihiga, that is Musalia Mudavadi's governor. Then we also had Patrick Hayemba, I think, Patrick Hayemba from Trans Nzoia. So that is one thing, and also Atwoli attended the meeting. Then, unlike other meetings where we've always been told that when they get to that, you are told to switch off your phone and no photos or not. No, it was really free, and they really walked in peacefully, and no one was told to confiscate no one's phone was confiscated. But of course, President, before even started, needed an element of some secrecy so that people don't just come out and start now peeling the beans inside the Statehouse meeting. Now, this is part of wider scheme by President Uhuru Kenyatta to try to tame the rising Musalia Mudavadi influence in Western Kenya. So I want to look at this meeting and look at the objectives keenly of these meetings, because as I said, politics is about strategy and counter strategy. You strategize, and when your opponent counters your strategy, you go back and strategize. So after that move, I think Uhuru Kenyatta held this strategy meeting with Western Kenya leaders. So the first objective of this meeting was, first, President actually made sure that he tasked the Western Kenya leaders to start direct confrontation to discredit Musalia Mudavadi's move. And the other one way to discredit Musalia Mudavadi's move, and I think he told them that he was rooting for Azimio la Umoja, is to make sure that now when they go to those functions in the community, when they attend those burials, they attend those ceremonies, they will actually be they're going to be charm offensive against Musalia Mudavadi and sell the narrative that Musalia Mudavadi is only joining William Ruto for his own self-benefit. I think that could be one of the objective of that meeting. Secondly, and I think this was actually leaked by Ayub Savula when he was being interviewed in Citizen TV, that they went there for a development meeting. Now that is just for public consumption. The truth of the matter is that meeting was triggered by the Sunday purported earthquake. Although people say there was no earthquake. I don't know. Now, why the card that President Uhuru Kenyatta is playing with Mudavadi is this, that he's going to make sure that all the stalled projects within Western Kenya are make sure that are completed within the scheduled time. And this is what they're going to do. By this time, because Musalia Mudavadi will now be campaigning with the William Ruto team the other side, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta is determined to make sure that at least the Jubilee government gains visibility in the ground by completing the construction of road. I think there was the continuous Turbo Endebess road. I can assure you that after the Statehouse meeting, that road, if its construction had not been initiated, that's going to be initiated. Then going to be an array of activities in Western Kenya, where tingatinga itakuwa inanguruma hapa, there is another construction going there and all that. Second, I think one of the development projects, one of the contentious issues from Western Kenya that have been commodified for political capital is this issue of Mumias sugar and pan paper. And so even if it might not be revived as it was promised now, but I think President Uhuru Kenyatta might do something, even budget allocation kidogo, just to show the Western people that they are committed to the cause. Another thing that is also came out in that meeting, and I think to the tail end of his speech, he actually told those grassroots leaders that nataka muende mtengeneze ground because sababu mimi nikitoka huku Gema, nikitoka Kikuyu, nitakuja huko. So one thing, another strategy that Uhuru Kenyatta is going to use is to go directly to counter Musalia Mudavadi's attacks in Western Kenya. But before he does that, he must make sure that the projects that I was mentioning are actually commissioned. And part of his Thanksgiving tours that he's planning, and also some inspection, the president cannot just go to Western without doing some inspection, inspecting some government projects. One thing that is going to happen there is that Uhuru is going to respond directly to assertions and some of the allegations that Musalia Mudavadi leveled against the government. Because that I think is making Uhuru is so keen, because the narrative can sink in the community. And for him to undo that narrative, I don't think it needs Raila Odinga or these other leaders, but it needs him himself to counter Musalia Mudavadi. So he is also planning to go there and address them. Now, lastly, my other point is Uhuru Kenyatta tried to advise these leaders to shun ANC for the other Azimio la Umoja affiliate parties from Western Kenya. And now this DAP party is now coming out as a good fodder for the I think not coming as a good fodder, but it's coming as a good house for the anti-Mudavadi leaders. And you will see now there will be a lot of activities. They will be receiving defectors from ANC. And of course, I saw an assertion by Didymus Baraza that Azimio la Umoja Raila Odinga is paying these MPs to make sure that he discredits or to embarrass Musalia Mudavadi. But this is politics. So, and I believe this is also a script that was also used by President Uhuru Kenyatta to convince these leaders to leave that ANC and join Azimio la Umoja. And even if it is at some cost or some expense, I think the Azimio team can do that. Now, there is also something that came out, because in February 9th, some of the civil servants are going to resign from government. If you look at the current cabinet composition, Western Kenya and Nyanza only have one. In Western, it is Eugene Wamalwa, and I think from Nyanza it is Rachel Omamo. So one thing that also was presented to them, Uhuru Kenyatta is also trying to do what Moi did in 2002, when he appointed Mudavadi 3 months to general election as vice president. And he actually told them, I understand that he actually told the leaders that let them go and sit down and plan and bring him some few people, so that hao wenye wanataka kutoka serikali wakitoka awalete hao wengine. So in the cabinet reshuffle after the February 9th, because by February 9th, all these people who are in government and civil servants who are seeking re-election will actually resign. Western Kenya is going to reap big from that, because for them, I think Uhuru Kenyatta's, the Central Kenya, civil servants from Central Kenya have already been in government for the last 4 years. And now these other areas that now seem like they were disenfranchised, they're going to be that affirmative action in this last 6 months, so that these people wenye wako huko chini who are not going for re-election, and maybe these opinion leaders, you might find the likes of Norway Kesa now finding their way back to the cabinet simply for the issue of equalization, and Uhuru Kenyatta now trying to play the politics by using those opportunities. So that is also something that is coming up. As to whether these strategies are going to dress down Musalia Mudavadi, it will not take long. But I think we are going to see how the political tide from Western Kenya is going through. And I'm waiting to see the latest opinion poll, especially specifically popularity of Musalia Mudavadi from Western Kenya. So guys, that was our analysis inside President Uhuru Kenyatta's meeting with Western Kenya leaders.